Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another quick pick prediction video. In this video, I'll be predicting the featherweight bout between Arnold Allen versus Sodiq Yusuff. So you got two guys undefeated in the UFC. Both only had one loss in their careers, fighting off against one another. Both guys on the rise. Arnold Allen been doing it for a little bit longer as far as in the UFC wise. Sodiq Yusuff came in, I think like last, well, I'm not even gonna go over it, at least 2-3 years, but still fresh faces in the division and trying to make their way essentially to the top. And both got the skills to pay the bills and the skills to take them to the top in a very stacked division. Probably one of the most, if not the most stacked division in the UFC and in MMA at the moment. But let's get into this prediction. So I see this one right here. I think Sodiq Yusuff is the bigger fighter, stronger fighter, better striker, faster hands, heavier hands. I give Arnold Allen a wrestling advantage. Give him a very slim grappling advantage. And how I see this one is, I'm gonna say for both sides. I'm gonna first look at Yusuff. I think where he could take advantage of Arnold Allen is the fact that Arnold Allen leans heavily over his lead leg. So and with the kicks that he has, those thunderous kicks he has, he can literally rip his base from underneath him and just cause Allen to fall over like real easily. Like just tear that lead leg off, lead leg up, front kick him, land knees on his body. Yeah, knees, front kicks, tear the lead leg up, catch him with hooks. And then I think Arnold Allen, a bad trait of his is like when people get close, like when he's fighting Nick Lentz, when Nick Lentz kept crowding his space, he would shove off. So that leaves him open to uppercuts, lead him open to hooks. It can, it can throw off the overhand, which Nick Lentz was throwing a lot. But when you just shoving and pushing and shoving, it leaves you open to uppercuts, leaves you to hooks. And you can still get caught with the overhand when you're pushing like that because somebody just time you, they just step back, step off a little bit. When you're pushing, they just be out of your way and come right over top and crack you. But like you catch them mid overhand, you could duck under and push them away and stuff, or shove off and stuff. But somebody time you keep doing the same thing every single time somebody crowds you, they could set you up. In a higher level striker like that's not Nick Lentz, a higher level striker could take advantage of that. And the guy with his power, the speed, and accuracy of Sodiq Yusuff can definitely exploit that against Arnold Allen. And yeah, now Arnold Allen, what I see him exploit against Yusuff is the fact that Yusuff's been, not even gonna lie, he's been tagged in like at least 2 of his fights. Got tagged by Andre Philly when he got over aggressive on the striking. Got tagged by I forget the other guy's name, but one of his most recent opponents prior to Andre Philly. Got tagged in that fight. So when he gets aggressive, sometimes he forgets his defense. That could be wrestling defense and striking defense. So, but I don't see Arnold Allen as a heavy hitting striker, but he do got some power to him. So you gotta, no matter who you going in, you gotta mind your P's and Q's or whatever it's called. You gotta mind everything. But you gotta be mindful at all times in the cage in fighting. But so basically what I see with Allen is but yeah, I think Allen, he blends the game up very well. He's a good blender. Like he can mix the grappling real well. He did have one fight way back, and again I think when he fought I'll be forgetting these dudes' names, but he fought one guy that wasn't the best grappler at one point, and was taking him down at will, and only about to, Daryl Horcher was about to get a decision over him. He cut from 155 to 145, and then pulled out submission at in. But the only reason I mentioned that is because that was a low light. Even though he came back and got that victory, that was a low light. It showed his heart and showed his patience and showed his skills and his will to win, and it showed a lot of good qualities. But it also showed it was a low light in the fact that he shouldn't have been getting out grappled like that by a guy like Daryl Horcher. Horcher's not a bad fighter, but you're as good as Arnold Allen is, and what he's trying to be, or claims himself to be, that should not have happened. But off track. But basically, what I'm saying against Yusuff is that I see Allen, he blends his skill set together better because Yusuff don't really offensive his grappling. He comes from a gym that's his jiu-jitsu is very underrated, like very very high level and very underrated. But you'll actually see Allen mixing his jiu-jitsu and mixing his wrestling, mixing his grappling much more than you will see Yusuff. Yusuff only uses it when he has to, or when he very scarcely. He doesn't use it very much. Whereas Allen you will often see him mixing his full game. So that's one thing. And Allen will mix in the wrestling, and we saw against Philly. Philly was able to get a lot of easy takedowns, or at least get way too far into these entries, because I know a guy like Yusuff, like these people, when they know they can get up and they know they're good there, a lot of times they don't worry as much about getting taken down, or don't care too much about taking down. And like I said, Yusuff does have skills, and he's not really worried about anybody taking him down like that, or too many people taking him down like that. And he will just, he trains on and all that stuff, but he pops back to his feet, and he doesn't really break a sweat about it, and he'll get some reversals and whatnot and be able to pop back up from his strength and from also his skills. But it's a concern, especially in a decision between a fight that potentially can very likely to go to decision with a guy who's really on paper and has shown to be just as good as and just as talented as you, and has been in the UFC longer and all that stuff, and has accomplished more in the UFC than you. But it's like so concerning about how often he gets these takedowns. If Allen comes with a very smart game plan, sticks to his P's and Q's, and or sticks to his game plan and probably stays composed. Yes, he might get outstruck, but it's find those pockets, counter Yusuff, score some takedowns on Yusuff when Yusuff's getting overzealous and getting aggressive, and take advantage, get some takedowns in there, maybe counter, maybe even buzz him, tag him, and land the cleaner shots over the more aggressive fighter and score takedowns. He can edge a decision. That's how I will see him winning this fight. I don't think he's going to submit Yusuff. I don't think he's going to dominate Yusuff, but I can see him being patient and finding the opportunities in the pocket and for the takedowns, scoring takedowns and controlling Yusuff. And I see that could be a very path. But what I'm going to see in this fight, I'm going to lean to Yusuff in this one. I see Yusuff being able to tear the lead leg up of Allen, land knees in the clinch to the body, catch him with front kicks up the middle, catch him around the guard. I don't see him stopping Allen. I see Allen scoring takedowns in this one. I see Allen trying to stick to the game plan by seeing Yusuff being able to beat the aggressor, tear up the lead leg, take away a big tool and a big flaw in Allen's game, cause him to lean over, catch him with uppercuts, catch him with hooks around the side, land that jab, be faster, land the heavier shots, and I see him getting like at least one, if not two, one minimum, two maximum drops on Allen in this one. And beat him to a pretty clean decision, but a very tough decision where he's going to have to deal with the grappling of Allen. He's going to deal with the patience of Allen, a patient fighter fighting a very smart game plan. He's going to have to, kind of break that shell down, like land jabs through the middle, kick the lead leg, chew up the lead leg, slam kicks to the body, stuff some takedowns, get up for some takedowns. And it's going to be a high-level chess match. Probably could be a potential fight of the night, or it could be a potential snoozer to many because it's not going to be a thrilling fight. It could be either one of those, but I see Yusuff getting his hand raised. Is taking advantage of his areas where his strengths in this one, and taking advantage of being the one that better able to take advantage of, exploit the flaws of Allen in this one between these two. So in this one, I have Sodiq Yusuff via decision.